What did he find? What did he find? Oh my gosh, it's a thrifty find. Time for another episode of Tom's Thrifty Finds. Today, we're talking Timeless Toys by Tim Walsh, classic toys and the playmakers who created them. But before I get into that, I want to tell everybody, if you like what you're seeing, go ahead and check out my other videos. I got like 30 other ones, so go check them out. They're a lot of fun. I go into the unique thrift finds and then I talk about them. I found this book. It was the first time I had been back to Goodwill since they reopened. And I had my eye on this book on the internet. In fact, I used it to find out some stuff on the troll dolls when I did the troll doll video. This was, what was this, 10 bucks? And you can get it pretty cheap online nowadays. It came out in 2005, but it's basically like an encyclopedia of old toys and going into the history and how they were created. So it's kind of right up my alley, my alleyway. Oh, look at these guys. Look at these G.I.O.s. Happy, joy. I wanted to go to the page where it shows the timeline because I think that's kind of neat. So he starts off in the 1900s here with the sled, the Flexible Flyer Sled. And then it goes up all the way to, oh, this is like the first part of the timeline. But the last thing is, Beanie Babies, that's what it is. Remember Beanie Babies? Whoo, those were all the rage for a little bit. Look at this guy. I just want that one. That Beanie Baby bear looks awesome. Ooh, whoops. Pretty heavy book. It's not lightweight. But yeah, like I said, I had my eye on it. And then I just see it in the book section on the top of one of the shelves, just sticking out like a sore thumb, and I'm like, whoa, I've been wanting to get that thing. And I've been putting it off. I'm like, yeah, do I really need that? And I saw it, I was like, this is a sign of the times. And I also got this cool looking belt buckle. Check out that beauty. Let me get the light in it. This was made by the Great American Buckle Company in Chicago. It's dated back to 1976, limited edition, made in the USA, of course. It was in like the jewelry case. Yeah, this thing's also pretty heavy, but I was like, you know what? I haven't been in Goodwill in a long time. I'm going all out, you know what I'm saying? So I bought two things. Yeah, I don't want them always buying stuff. But this thing, I kind of made an exception for, So yeah, like I was saying, it was made by Tim Walsh. He's written 3 books. This was the first book he's ever done. He's also done a couple others. He's made multiple board games and games in general. And he's even produced a couple films, documentaries. So that's kind of neat. Oh, he's even got his own YouTube channel. So if you feel like checking that out, check it out. He kind of goes in the history of some different iconic toys and games. What I was going to do actually was look at the very first one, which is the Flexible Flyer. You can kind of see the layout here. And it's just nice to hold something in your hand. I remember going to libraries and having to look up stuff in encyclopedias, and it was pretty cool at the time. I mean, you're just like, whoa, look at all this information printed out, and you're just going in researching. I think from that point on, I was always into researching stuff, which is why I've kind of gotten into doing it now. But Flexible Flyer debuted in 1900. Its predecessor was the Firefly. Huh. It was invented by Samuel Allen. Let me read the first paragraph here. It's the winter of '72 in South Jersey, not far from the birthplace of Flexible Flyer Sleds. My sister and I sit and listen intently. The number we are trying to will from the radio is our school code, a number that only matters in the winter, on the morning after a snowstorm. It's a magical thing, a winter passage of youth. It's a snow day. Snow days, man. Growing up, snow days were great. Go down and throw snowballs at each other, roll down the hill, goes for a sled ride. That's what this is all about. But yeah, typically you have your feet on the steers there, and you just kind of push it little way, push it a little way on both sides to steer it to the way you want to go, right into the tree, and you get a concussion. Ouchie, ouchie, what a fun time. Early advertisements for Flexible Flyer Sleds touted steering, speed, safety, and oddly enough, shoe preservation. Huh, that's something else. Samuel Allen getting it done today, yeah. Sled sales began to outperform the farm equipment side of his company. Sam Allen surely shared the fact with his former naysayers. It's funny how something that brings joy into people's life sells more than products that are typically found to be useful and used to make money. The Flexible Flyer became the sled of the nation. In a few years, Allen's salesmen were taking orders for over 120,000 sleds per year. Wow. I mean, given that time frame where there's not too much for entertainment, I mean, clearly you had a radio. To do stuff outside in the winter, there wasn't a lot going on. So having something like this be invented, I mean, yeah, people are going to go crazy for it. Go rolling down those hills, you know? I wonder what the very first sled looked like. I'll post a picture of it right here. Wow, that looks like a nice sled. I'll also put some prices of what these sleds might be selling for today. Yeah, this will be fun to look through and maybe use as a resource down the line if I find other stuff in the wild that I want to look up and find info about. I think a lot of this stuff too, he's actually talked to some of the creators. Oh yeah, it says right here, I conducted over 150 interviews for Timeless Toys, making every effort to contact as many of the inventors of these toys as possible. Some declined my request for an interview. In the case of inventors who have died, I include the year of their birth and death, if known. This is a book for adults in that the stories of the creation of the toys are presented as truthfully as possible. He interviewed over 150 people. That's pretty cool. Put a lot of time and effort into this book, clearly. Very cool, very neat, very cool, very fun. Well, thank you, Mr. Tim Walsh. I'm about 15 years late to your book, but I'm glad I found it. Ooh, I love seeing all the patents. That's one of my favorite things when I look up old toys and how they were made. Alright, well that's it for this. But guess what? I have a bonus. Jerry, will you please do the thing? Alright, so today I got these cool Batman pins. Check it out. That's the Joker. That's the Batter. Another Batman pin. What is the date on this? 1989? Yeah, so that's it. If you like this, give it a like. Give it a subscribe. Give it a share. Put a little comment in below. Tell me what you think. Tell me if there's anything out there you want me to find in the wild, and I'll go searching for it. No, I won't, but I'll try. Maybe if I see it, I'll be like, whoa, there it is. And then I won't buy it, and I won't talk about it. But yeah, I got other videos. I'm doing some other videos on here, so go to my channel. Check all those out. You know you want to do it. It's going to be a great time. Come on. And why am I touching my mouse? I don't know. All right. Thrifty, Tom Thrifty finds. What'll he find next? I don't know. Guess you'll just have to watch the next show. Tom's Thrifty finds. Doo-doo. Yeah.